Breakfast is the key thing on the day of the race. Eat 1 to 3 hours beforehand. Think about what's easy for you. Easy to digest carbohydrates, banana, white bread, honey, cereal, all the simple sugars that they tell you not to eat during the rest of the week. Absolutely fine during the race day. It's easy to digest. What you don't want is your breakfast sitting there. So have something easy. I have peanut butter and jam sandwiches, white bread if I can get it, and a bit of chocolate, and maybe banana as well. Take your own breakfast if you need to, and sip fluids as and when you like. If you find that you need the toilet all the time, hold back on the fluids. If you're in the Portaloo and you're back in the Portaloo queue, and you're back in the Portaloo queue, and you're back, hold off on the fluids. There's some on the run, you can grab them then. And plan ahead. Plan snacks. Take a banana with you. Take a cereal bar. Take something that you can have if you're waiting around for ages. Take a sports drinks, water and gels. When I went to my brother to the start line 2 years ago, we were about an hour and a half before. And it is kind of you're waiting. You want to make sure you're there early enough to be able to put your bag in and get in. But really you're there for a long time, and you've probably had breakfast so early to be able to get the tube that takes 40 minutes and then a 20-minute walk to the start. Take something with you. Have something in your bag. Have something for afterwards as well. There's nothing worse than getting to the finish line and not having anything to be able to eat. So what you also need to look at is what's on the course. So I had a quick look. This is what's available. You've got water every mile from mile 3 to 25, and this comes in 250ml bottles. Perfect for holding on to for a bit and running with them for a couple of miles. Don't feel like you need to drink all of it. Drink a little bit, throw it away. There's also sports drinks, miles 5, 10, 15, 19 and 23, and they come in small sports bottles as well. And then there's gels at miles 14 and 21.5. With the sports drinks, if you are feeling a bit not so good, you can mouth rinse. We've started to see in the last 5, 6, 7 years a lot of work saying if you can't stomach the sports drinks, then mouth rinse them. So if you don't feel like you can drink it, drink some put some in your mouth, swill it around for a couple of 5 seconds, spit it out to the side. And your brain just thinks you're getting some carbohydrate in. So it's getting some sensory information to think, oh, I'm getting some fuel, I can release some more fuel and we can get going. So if you're really struggling, you're suffering a bit and your stomach's not great, swill some sports drinks, spit it out. At the very least, if you can swallow it, go for it. Obviously with the gels, they're at mile 14 and mile 21.5, so they're quite late in the race. So it might be 2 hours before you get to the first gel, 3 hours before you get to the first gel. Take some with you if you want. Take your own and have them, one maybe at the start, one maybe within the first hour. Think about your strategy. Think about how you cope better. What you don't want to be doing is backloading, so taking all your carbohydrate in towards the end. You want to kind of maintain a steady source a little bit and often throughout the race. Take a gel belt with you. Take something that you enjoy. Have a look at where things are. This is the map from the website. It's great because it shows you, this is sort of mile 6 to mile 23. It shows you where the drink stations are. These ones, where the water stations are. They show you where the Lucasade is. And they'll show you where the pubs are. Not so useful when you're running, but your spectators will absolutely love it. They'll be down at the pub, and they're great spectator spots. But you've got all your bits. Plan ahead. Think about where everything is and where you're going to get your water and where you're going to get your carbohydrate from. The best way to do it, and I started having to play around with this last week, is to plan it out as a simple timeline. So you've got your miles on the bottom, and you know roughly how long you're going to run for between 0 to 5 miles, 5 to 10, 15 to 20. It might be 25, it might be 60 minutes, and you know you're going to go for about 2.5 to 6 hours. Try and get some carbohydrate on every hour, even if it's just 10 grams, 15 grams. And when I say 15 grams, that's half a gel, that's 100 ml of sports drink. It's not a lot. Take some on little and often. So what I've got is the blue markers are the water stations, the red markers are the sports drinks, and the black ones are the gels. So just have a think about your strategy, but what you need to do is be careful and be flexible. If it's hotter, you might want to take a few more fluids on. If it's colder, you might want a little bit less. If your stomach starts playing up, don't have so much sports drinks, don't have so much fluid. So what you might want to do is have a banana or some gel at the start, just to get something in there before you go, so maybe 20, 30 minutes before you run. Have something that's easy to digest that you sit with, so maybe half a banana, anything just to feel like you're taking something in. And then you may think, well, I'll have a drink, my first drink will be about mile 3. When there's a water stop, I'll just quench my thirst. I'll just have a few sips, chuck the bottle away, and that will keep me going for a bit longer. Have a few sips of sports drink. Then maybe if I'm carrying a gel, I'll take that around mile 6. And then mile 8, I'll have a drink and a gel and some sports drink later on. And then may want something around halfway where I start looking at having a bit more of a drink. One of the gels from the gel station and some more sports drink. A bit more around mile 19 to 20, something when you start hitting the wall around there, and then that will do me to the end of the race. But then if it starts to be a bit hotter, maybe you want to take a bit more fluids on, or maybe some more sports drinks at the start. So you may want something solid and some sports drinks at the start. Then you might start thinking, well, actually, it's hotter, I might want to take some more fluid on. And this doesn't necessarily drink the whole bottle. This is maybe have 50 to 100 mils every time you feel like having something. Quench your thirst. And you may want to take some water with some sports drink just to decrease how strong it is. And then take a bit more fluids on. But as you can see, this is really flexible. So think about where you're taking it on, what's available, and go, right, I feel like having some fluid now. I don't feel like having some fluid now. And be really flexible with it. Practice this in your training. So if you're going up to 20 miles, practice taking different things on board. Now this may seem like you're taking a lot of drinks, but really it's only a couple of sips each time, and you can build it up if you need more. So if you take home points, relax and enjoy the run. That's the whole point of this, is to have fun, raise some money for Parkinson's, and enjoy what you're doing with the marathon. It is a great event. It's very easy to make nutrition effective, even simply just cutting out processed foods, eating good quality meals. What we like to say is eat a rainbow of colours, so eat a variety of different colours with your meals. Don't overcomplicate, it's very simple. You take on good carbohydrates, fuel, protein repairs, water keeps you hydrated. Have a look at what's on the course, familiarise yourself with what's there. Look at what you want to do. It's very individual. You don't have to do what your friend does. If you run with someone and they take a drink then, don't feel like you have to take a drink as well. Take it when you want to take it. But make sure you practice drinking them in training. So any stops you take, try and build it up during the run, so when you get longer and longer, you feel really comfortable what you're eating and drinking. And don't try anything new on race day. And best of all, good luck with everything you do.